So we're asking you to subscribe to our channel. We're going to be bringing you some scouting videos, a lot of public land, Pennsylvania, Maryland, a little New Jersey, maybe New York. And then this fall we're going to be bringing you hunts from all those states, do a little Eastern whitetail tour. I might even hit Ohio depending on what the bank account funds look like at the time, but it's possible, we'll see. So, I mean, we'll be looking to bring you a lot of good tips, scouting advice, strategies, and worst case scenario, we suck and you do the opposite of us, and that also might kill you a big buck. So just keep tuning in, subscribe below, view us, like us, tell other people, help your boys out. So we're hoping to bring some good content this fall. Scouting the Pennsylvania public land. This is the spot my brother got his buck last year. So we're trying to see what else is in the area as far as good stand locations, because we didn't get to scout at all last year, just kind of went in blind. So right now it's looking like this is the tree he was in right here. We got a nice ridge runs along back here, creek right here in the middle, and then another ridge comes up and it comes to a point back here behind us. So it's a nice little funnel. Not a lot around though for the deer to be coming towards, but it funnels them to a point that at least there's a lot of trails here. So we're going to keep walking around and see what else is going to bring the deer around, because there's nothing here that would make them come to this point. But it worked out for them last time. We'll see what else we can find.
Last season on the public, got lucky October 28th, and grunted, I don't know, it was like 5 o'clock. Buck came from, like, there's like a pine thicket in there and a little bit of a rub line. He came from up there, kind of skirting in front of me, and I plunked him at like 25, ran that way and died. But it's like he came out of a little bit of a valley, so we're trying to figure out exactly how they're moving early season so we get a better approach this year.
Yeah, we got to figure out where they're bedding, and we kind of know where they're going to eat, so we need to find out the bedding areas, and then we can cut them off. It's just hard, such vast, rocky mountain land. It's not like a lot of land other people are hunting, so you're just kind of like in the middle of the wilderness, and you got to really get lucky. But we're going to try to up our game and find good spots, and hopefully good advice for all you guys of what to do in mountain type public land. Tell me when.
You're good. So, not far off the road, but in the last like 80 yards we found a decent amount of rubs. They're pretty old, but it goes to this, they're on like a pine flat, and there's this drop off here, so finding sign, but it's fairly old, some of it's from this past year, so we'll keep working, but this is the best we've seen so far.
It's another flat here. We keep coming across these like plateau flats, so it goes up again over there, and it goes really sharp down here right to the road. So we're thinking there's big fields across the road that we can't really access, but they might be crossing up into here. There's a lot of zigzagging trails through these pines, and like he said, a lot of rubs. Most of them might have been the year before this past year, but a couple are the new, but they're not very big, but there's a lot of them. So this looks like a pretty promising spot too.
If you would have told me that in today's scouting mission we wouldn't have found a single good deer trail, but that we would have found a meteor, I would have said you're out of your mind. But been proven wrong again by the whitetail deer.
Whitetail grind.
2018, boys and girls.
So we went back to the public land spot in Pennsylvania that we scouted before, and this is a few days later. We put out a little bit of food supplements, bulk these deer up, give them some gains, and just we'll see what we get on camera. We put out 2 cameras. It's the best spot we could find of all the scouting we did. And I'm glad we did. We came back, we found a bunch more trails today, and that seems to be a hot spot. They're crossing the road, so we think they're bedding across the road on the private. So they're crossing the road, and when they're going up to the mountaintops, they're coming right through this awesome spot. Trails everywhere, rubs everywhere. So look, it should be a pretty exciting, good spot. Pretty promising.
Let's get it.
Good trail right here. We're on a good trail here. Good trail over here. So we've noticed on this public land, this rough mountain land, that we found a great spot in between all the rocks where the deer are traveling. So they're fizzling in between all the big rock beds. So if you can find a trail like that, it can be a killer spot on these rough terrain public lands.